450 Group A qualifying fueled by Monster Energy.
Justin Hill, I believe he was 4 from the inside. Chad, that's pretty far inside, but
really far inside, and it seemed like I kind of had attention on Hunter in those bright colors on the outside. He crushed his jump, but definitely you know, was interesting how it all funneled to the inside.
I think just with the angle too, starting outside the box, so many more feet to cover, right? So if you're going to get a start from out there, one, you better get to the first turn first, because the corner is so tight, everybody's pushing over to the left.
Yeah, and you would think it doesn't make a big difference with, you know, the fact that the turn goes right rather than left, but I just think it's so, you know, like such a high percentage of these starts are left, and throughout our whole careers, not lives, even amateur racing, you're just so used to it, and I think it's just always that little bit of a difference that takes you to get used to.
And this is, as we watch the number 2, Cooper Webb, set himself up for a fast lap. This is something I found going from the 250 class to the 450 class, when you're trying to spread out so you don't have anybody in your way for a fast lap, like you just saw Cooper and Hunter before the finish line kind of giving each other space. There's a lot of respect like that out there with these 450 guys. In the 250 class, if you're trying to slow down to give yourself a gap, there's going to be somebody that's just going to pass you, right?
Teenagers.
Yeah. Exactly. More on Cooper Webb. Let's go down to Haley.
Just before the interview with Max Anstey, there was an information exchange, and this is exactly what Max Anstey told him. He said that left-hand side of the whoops was a lot smoother, easier to navigate for me. That right-hand side really choppy. So these first 2 laps for Cooper Webb, he has done exactly as Max advised him. Wow,
you gotta love having a teammate that can relay the message, and that lap was good. Cooper Webb to the top, 54.8.
And you see that just as Haley said, that left side of the whoops, it's a little bit risky when you're going that close to the tough blocks, right? Because you can always run the risk of your back end stepping out and hit a tough block. But wow, Coop going through that set of whoops, as beat up as they are right now, as well as he did, Chad, that's a good sign.
I'm with you on that one, AC. It's, you know, not often do we make comments of like Webb crushing the whoops. That was a beautiful run through him, real smooth, you know, a lot of traction. Definitely he's tuned up on that YZ 450.
Talk about some speed in the whoops and entry speed at that. Watch the, oh, he missed he jumped that last single, trying to sort that out. And we've seen that type of section last year. I'm not exactly sure what Supercross, but guys would start doing that. But a guy that's so great at skimming whoops, Ken Roxon, 1 week ago, fastest guy in the whoop segment for multiple laps, right, AC, doing that quad into that section. But wonder if he's just experimenting with that, Chad, because we obviously know Kenny's great at skimming across the tops.
Yeah, I think what AC just said about the lights class and the 450 class, I mean, Kenny's a veteran at this point, you know, and he's just feeling out the track. He understands probably the bigger picture, understanding that the track's going to break down throughout the evening, and maybe that'll be the line that'll come in. So I think he's just being smart, checking it out, because we all know he can skim the whoops. So that box is ticked. Now it's, you know, how else can we change it up?
And let's talk next bets. Exciting news. SMX is now available for sports betting and daily fantasy sports, giving fans a chance to win real cash riding with their favorite riders. Bet with top sports books or play DFS Real Money Gaming for a chance to multiply your cash. Scan the QR code and play SMX for cash. Super Motocross is now live on top sports books.
Cooper Webb still on top, 54.8. Hunter Lawrence jumping up another 54.8 as well. Talked to Hunter yesterday. 3 top 5s in a row. He told me he is over getting 5th. He wants some podiums.
And another one that calls Tampa home, right? He's, you know, at home, probably get to sleep in his own bed last night. It's all those little things that make a big difference.
And Chase Sexton to the top, 54.3. What a lap, half a second faster than Coop.
All right, Chad, is there a 53 out there? We're early in this session, 54.3 fastest so far? I think there is.
3/10. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say because we didn't see Chase's lap. Chase is normally on the limit for the most part always, so, you know, does it have 3 more? I think it depends on the sand, really getting into the sand and then the drive after the finish line as well.
And here we go. Number 3, Eli Tomac is getting to be about that time. He's ready for a heater, Justin.
Here he goes. He's on one right now. 3 to the outside. He's going to go single over this table. then goes on off. Eli's had a ton of speed lately. Qualified fastest a couple times. There you see the bottom of your screen right now. He's up on Chase at the moment. Oh, he missed that triple.
Oh, like somebody got in his way.
Yeah,
Looks like.
what a bummer.
I think he hit.
Looks like he hit his foot, actually.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, he's.
That's
Oh,
no, guys.
He hit his foot on the top of that jump.
And that's knee pain right there, fellas. I hate to.
I don't
Gosh, that was
remember
just
which Achilles it was, but I don't know with a guy. Yeah, that's not the signs you want to see right there. What a bummer.
And what happened, it looked like, hopefully we can get a replay on that, but it looked like he was going to go for that 3 out of the turn. And there was somebody in his way, like you said, and he kind of backed out of it last minute, but his foot caught that jump. And
it looked like it was a bag or something.
Watch his left foot right there. He kind of dabs it, and
right away,
bang, right there, hits his foot.
Yeah, he actually got lucky it didn't throw him over the bars.
Yeah, it's hard to speculate what that is, but obviously something's hurting him really bad. And when you signal like that to the medics that you need some help,
I just hope it's a stinger. I just hope that something.
I'm going to disagree. They said it was a stinger last weekend on
I
Jet.
know. Wishful
It
thinking.
didn't work out good. Oh, man.
Tough
Yeah,
scene.
hate to
Nobody
see
wants
that.
to see this.
Guys, we've had these injuries and they're not crashing. That's the most difficult part of all this. Is obviously we don't want them to crash, but typically that's how you get injured. You crash and get injured. These guys are not doing much wrong.
I think it just shows you how much these guys are on the limit. You know, some of the, let's say, the ordinary making it out of a turn and little mistakes are just, man, they happen so quick.
And we can agree that probably didn't expect that guy to be in his line, right? He was most likely going to go 3 out of that corner.
And that's how fast Chad, Justin, you guys both know it, how fast things can change in dirt bike racing. You just never know. All you can do is focus on the things you can control and do the best you can. And I know all of us up here hope Eli is okay.
Chase bettered his time, 54.1, so getting closer to that 53-second range. Chase, we talked about him a lot. Obviously, to start the show, AC said, who can step up? Who's going to be the one to step up and take a hold of this championship? Chase could be one of them.
And you made this point the other day, Justin, in our production meeting, but it's also going to, for the guys like Jace Anderson that we're watching on screen, right? It's going to help bring them up to the level of Chase, of Cooper, of Kinney, right? Because everybody knows with Jet, Chad, maybe you agree with this, maybe you don't, but I think everybody knows with Jet that you have to bring your best stuff. You cannot afford to do anything wrong, and I think it just kind of opens things up a little bit for these guys mentally.
Absolutely. I think that Jet was already, had already won a race, and then last weekend had gone 2-2, and really I don't think it really been firing on all cylinders yet. So I think that that's the reserve that he has. It was a real bummer to see Jet get hurt, and like you said, I really hope that Eli's okay, and it's something that he can come back out here tonight and get through.
Yeah, sometimes that initial shock you can go both ways, right? Then you go back to the truck and starts to calm down a little bit. That's what we hope for Eli Tomac. But how about Aaron Plessinger? It's a big weekend for him. Needs a little rebound, had some bad luck lately, a couple DNFs. Hasn't gotten the results that I think he deserves and he wants, and he's works hard enough for, right?
Yeah, Chad, I think with AP, and you know this, sometimes when you start the season on a bad note, right, and it could be something like we talked about, just outside of your control. You get a bad start. He crashed into Ferrandis. Their bikes got stuck together, and sometimes it just, you get in a rut, and mentally it's tough. As we take a look at Eli walking through the tunnel here.
I like that he's walking. That's a good sign.
Me too. Big time. I mean, even if it's something strained or anything like that, if I feel like, I don't know. I don't want to speculate too much. Not my job, but I just hope he's all right.
But I mean, you got to think that like he has the ability to ride the bike, and to the medic, he could also have his mechanic push him on it. He's choosing to walk. I like that. I'll take that as a positive.
Me too. Yeah, it just breathes some life back into me. I think all of us up here just got some energy got sucked out of the stadium. So hope we're okay. But Chase Sexton, 54.1. Looks like Coop. He closed the gap by a few tenths, but still a little bit off, Chad.
Chase has been looking really good. It was really impressive last week and how you know, how far back he came from all the races, and the track was really beat up, and he managed it well. You know, we're starting to get back east, and, you know, see him firing on all cylinders again, and these boys need to stay with him.
And we see Ken Roxon down there at P9. Is Ken the guy now that just goes out there in qualifying like Webb used to be back in the day, and we just don't worry about it? He's still Chad Reed?
Chad Reed. Chad didn't care about qualifying, did you? Then you come out in the race, the lights turn on, and, oh, Chad wins the race.
Yeah, I pulled a lot of cat out of the bag, I guess. But I don't know. Yeah, qualifying was always challenging for me. I didn't always put the highest priority of, you know, making that perfect lap. I always knew that the track would change a lot once they turned the lights on and we come out and did opening ceremonies. And I don't know, I felt like I went up a level.
Can't relate.
Can't relate.
Yeah, you know me and
your rookie year, I think you were fastest in like the first of the 10 races or whatever it was.
Yeah, I think I would have taken your night show skill, though.
And there's something to that, right, Chad? You would really work on making adjustments to the bike for the night show when it actually mattered, rather than just throwing down that one hot lap in practice.
Yeah, and it's easy to sit here and say that, but you know, I always liked my name when it was at the top.
Who doesn't?
Well, Chase Sexton right now on top. That's going to do a lot for his confidence. 54.1, but Cooper Webb, he's right there, 54.5. Malcolm Stewart's on it today.
Yeah, how about Malcolm Stewart? Third place in both sessions, 54.7. Hunter Lawrence is close. Justin Cooper looks better in the whoops this week. Jason Anderson, another great session.